I thought my coworker exposed my mistake. But he was secretly saving the company. I was convinced I was about to get fired from my job. My coworker had just emailed my boss about a mistake I made. And CC'd the entire team. He started asking strange questions about the data. Within 2 hours the finance department got involved. By the end of the week the CEO scheduled an all-hands meeting. Because the mistake I was sure would end my career had actually exposed a hidden system problem that had been quietly affecting multiple departments. And the weirdest part? My coworker had suspected something was wrong for months. He just needed one mistake to prove it. So this happened a few months ago at my job. I had just started working as a junior data analyst at a mid-sized tech company. First real corporate job. New badge, new laptop, the whole thing. And if you've ever started a new job like that, you know the feeling. You want to prove you're competent. You double-check everything. You try very hard not to be the new person who messes something up. Which is exactly why it was horrifying when I messed something up badly. During my second week I was assigned to help generate a performance report for one of our internal projects. Nothing complicated. Just pulling numbers from the company dashboard and formatting them for leadership. I finished the report late in the afternoon and sent it out. Except I accidentally sent it to the wrong department. Which normally wouldn't be the end of the world. Except the numbers looked terrible. The project appeared to be losing money. Within an hour I got an email notification. From my coworker Derek. Subject line, serious data inconsistencies. He had CC'd our manager. And the entire analytics team. My stomach dropped immediately. I was convinced this guy had just publicly exposed my mistake. In my head I was already imagining the conversation with HR. But when the meeting started, something strange happened. Derek didn't accuse me of anything. Instead he started asking questions. Specific questions. Where did the dataset originate? Which dashboard generated the report? Had anyone compared it with the finance system? At first everyone assumed the issue was just a reporting mistake. But Derek kept digging. Then he pointed out something strange. Another department had shared numbers for the exact same project the week before. And those numbers looked completely different. Not slightly different. Wildly different. Suddenly the room got quiet. Because two departments reporting opposite numbers for the same project is a big problem. That's when Derek said something that stuck with me. He said this might not be a reporting mistake. It might be a data quality problem. He explained that poor data quality is actually one of the biggest hidden problems inside companies. In fact, research estimates bad data costs businesses over $3 trillion globally every year. And here's another surprising fact. About 30% of business data becomes inaccurate every single year. Not because people are careless. But because systems change. Software updates happen. Databases migrate. Spreadsheets get copied and modified. Over time, errors quietly multiply. Most companies don't notice until something breaks. So Derek started tracing the numbers through the company's systems. Report to dashboard to analytics database to internal API to legacy reporting tool. And that last system hadn't been updated in years. Apparently it had been built long before I joined the company. But several departments were still pulling data from it. No one had checked whether it was still accurate. When Derek compared the numbers to the finance database, the results were shocking. Some metrics were off by nearly 20%. Which meant several teams had been making decisions based on incorrect information. At that point our manager escalated the issue. The meeting ended, and within a few hours the data engineering team got involved. Then finance joined the investigation. By the end of the week leadership was reviewing the problem. And that's when things got even more dramatic. The legacy system wasn't just outdated. It was pulling from an old database that had stopped syncing months earlier. Meaning some dashboards were showing frozen historical data. While others were showing live updates. Two versions of reality inside the same company. That explained why different teams had completely different interpretations of the project. Some believed it was extremely profitable. Others believed it was failing. Both groups were technically looking at official company data. Just from different systems. A week later something happened that completely surprised me. The CEO scheduled an all-hands meeting. Not something that happens often. During the meeting he explained the situation. The company had discovered a major issue with its reporting pipeline. It had affected several departments. Then he thanked the analytics team for catching it. Specifically Derek. And that's when Derek said something I'll probably never forget. He said the issue might never have been discovered if I hadn't accidentally sent the report to the wrong department. Because that mistake caused two teams to compare their numbers for the first time. My mistake exposed the inconsistency. Which exposed the broken system. Which eventually led to the company rebuilding the entire reporting pipeline. Instead of getting in trouble, I got moved onto the new data quality project. Apparently leadership realized something important. Finding problems early is far cheaper than discovering them after millions of dollars have already been spent. Over the next few months our team rebuilt the reporting infrastructure. New validation checks. Automated comparisons between systems. Alerts for unusual data shifts. Basically safeguards to make sure the same issue could never happen again. Looking back, I realized something interesting. The coworker I thought was trying to get me fired was actually doing exactly what great analysts do. They question the data. They challenge assumptions. They investigate anomalies instead of ignoring them. And sometimes the biggest discoveries come from what looks like a small mistake. So yeah. During my second week at the job, I thought my career was over. Instead, it turned into the moment that fixed a problem the company didn't even know it had. How did you like this Britt-O-Verse story? Remember, mistakes may feel terrifying in the moment, but sometimes they're the thing that reveals the hidden problem everyone else missed. And the people who question your work aren't always trying to tear you down. Sometimes they're the reason everything gets better. If you enjoyed this story, please make sure to like and subscribe so we can bring you more fun and interesting content. See you soon.